Hello and welcome to today's live session. Today we are going to paint watercolor painting. So here I am using a sheet watercolor paper. So just use a watercolor paper for watercolor painting. If we'll use a different paper, then it's difficult to paint in layers. Okay, so here I am using this washi tape. I'm using Bristol's washi tape. You can use any washi tape, like any brand washi tape. I hope you all are ready. So let's start painting. So here I'm using Camel Artist watercolor cakes. It has 24 shades, as you can see here. So I'll use this one today. And I'm using round brush here. This is Artio's round brush. You can use any brand's round brush. First we'll start with round brush, and here just press the edges properly. First we'll apply a layer of water. So we'll wet the paper. You can use flat brush if you have. We'll apply this water layer on complete full page. Make sure that it's even layer of water. You can see from the side that which part is wet and which part is dry. You can just apply the water. So now the paper is wet. Don't make it too wet, just should be wet enough that you can apply layers on it. Okay, so now the next step. So first we'll start with yellow part. So here I'm using lemon yellow. I'll use first lemon yellow. So you can use same round brush. Make sure that color's consistency is creamy. Don't make it too thin. So here I am applying lemon yellow. Some portions I am adding dark hue of paint and some portion I am keeping it light in shade. Wash your brush and now I'll use brush number 2. It's a round brush. For the next color I am going to use Gamboge hue. It's a shade of yellow. Same creamy consistency, and now just apply. Just make sure that your color is dark enough because after drying it will be lighter in shade. Once we are done with Gamboge hue, now I'll move to next color. Now I'll use crimson. So here I'm using crimson. Now I'll add white color to crimson to make a lighter shade of pink. I'm using same colors, watercolor for lighter shade, make a creamy and now here I'm using that light pink. Now we are done with the top part. As we move forward, I'll use cobalt blue and I'll mix cerulean blue hue in that. I'll mix these two colors, cerulean blue and cerulean blue and cobalt blue. Try to add the colors as fast as possible because we need the paper to be wet. Now I'll use cobalt blue, darker shade of cobalt blue. And we'll add the layer here. Here we are creating different shades. As you can see the difference in the shades. Now I'll move to ultramarine blue for the down part. I'll apply one more layer here. For that I'm using ultramarine blue. So here I have added ultramarine blue, the third layer. I'm making it darker. For the darker part, you can just add more amount of dark shade of blue and less water. Once you're done with this part, now the last layer I'll apply green color. So for the green, I'm going to use sap green here. So this is the sap green. This is a sap green shade. If you don't have the same shades, you can just try similar shades for the same painting. So here we are done with the background part. Here I am creating the rays effect. For that, just use your brush, wet it, wipe it and use for this part. So as you can see, the effect is coming. Just wash your brush, wipe it and make the strokes. So as you can see, the effect is coming. Every time when you are making this effect, just wash your brush. Now once we are done with this part, if your paper is changing the shape, it's just completely normal. So we have created the background now. For the next part, we need to wait for the paper to get dry, the paint. And for the next layer, we will use really thin round brush. So here I am going to use RTO's 0 brush. As you can see here, I'll use this brush for that. So to dry this paper you can use hair dryer, or you just wait for it to get dry naturally. Now we will going to create some trees. For that I am going to use violet color. I'll mix violet, a tint of indigo, both together, and I'll create a dark shade. Let it get dry. If we will apply on this, it will just spread everywhere, so that's why I'm waiting for it to get dry. If you have any question or any suggestions, please let me know in comment section. So here I'm using, as I told you, violet plus indigo both together, and here I'm adding trees kind of shape here. It's spreading because it's wet. Paper is wet actually. Paint is still need to get dry. So I'm adding this to give the blur effect of the trees, and once it will get dry, I'll try to apply one more layer. The paper is drying now. So now I'll add indigo, violet, and a tint of green, sap green, all together. and here I'll just make some strokes. So grass effect here. Let's wait for it to get dry. The down part of the painting is still wet, so we have created the blur effect here. It's almost dry. Now I'll mix ultramarine blue and green, dark green, emerald green, and make really thick shade of it. Earlier we were using creamy consistency, but now I'm going to use really thick consistency paint. And as it's done drying, then we will create trees here. If your paper is still wet, please wait for it to get dry. Use thin brush. So this is how we will add the trees. Now same trees I'll make the other side. So now you can see our painting is looking so beautiful and colorful. You can also make this kind of paintings. Don't apply too many layers together. Just wait for the right time to get dry and apply layers to it. So now you can see this is a really beautiful painting we have created. Now with the same zero brush, I'll use black color and I'll make few birds. So here we are almost done with today's painting. You can also create these paintings. So here we are done with today's painting. I hope you like this painting. If you really like this painting, please like and share with the people who want to paint like this. And also, please subscribe and press the notification bell for more such tutorials. And if you have doubt, please comment your doubts in the comment section, and if you have any suggestion for the next painting, please let me know in comment section. I'll try to cover all this in next upcoming sessions. I hope you enjoy this painting. So here our painting is ready, as you can see, really colorful and beautiful painting. So if you want to try more paintings, please join live sessions, and here we will end today's live session, and I'll meet you in next live sessions. Till then, bye bye. Thanks for joining.